So now in this lesson, this is going to be using acrylic paint. So I have got my basic primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. And you see I have two different shades of blue just because I really like this shade of blue. So I've got basic primary colors and some white. And I've got a canvas, but you can also use Bristol board or any kind of thing. And we are going to do a Monet painting, and I'm going to walk you through it and then see if you can guess which one it is. So I'm going to take some yellow first, and I'm going to do my horizon line. Now, when you do the horizon line, we usually don't want it smack dab in the middle. I'll come up just a tiny bit here, just a tiny bit. Okay, now Monet was famous for really short brush strokes. So right up here, kind of in the middle, I'm going to do some really short brush strokes. He was an impressionist, so nothing was, super perfect. I'm throwing in some white, as you can see. This is really a fun painting just to be loose with. So I'm doing all of this yellow kind of right up here in the middle. This is going to be my sky, and I want it to, eventually it's going to have lots of different colors, but you see my white that I'm throwing in there too. So now I want this down here to be a little bit of orange. So I'm going to take a little bit of this red, not much, and mix it to the yellow, into some of the yellow. You see that I'm still leaving some purely yellow. I never want to contaminate all my yellow in case I want to come back to it. I'm going to still do these short little strokes, and they're going to feel this. They'll sometimes they can kind of come up to the yellow a little bit, just so they don't look like absolute stripes. And if you have to remix and make more, that's totally fine. When you do that, sometimes it might be a slightly different shade, and I may even want to put a little more red into this just to create a little bit darker of an orange right down here next to the horizon line. So you see how it's just short little lines. Sometimes I might do X's, sometimes kind of dabs. Okay, so now I'm going to clean my brush over here, cleaning it, drying it off. And now I'm going to come to the top of the sky, and I'm going to start with this dark blue. I'm going to do my short lines. And then I might even kind of wipe it on my paper towel just a little bit to get some of that paint off, and then get a little bit of the white kind of also come in. And this is where I may even touch a little bit of that aqua just to have a little bit of a different shade. So if you're not quite sure like what my hand is doing, I will tell you it is not in a specific formula. It can kind of be X's or dabs, just kind of anything that's these short strokes. What it is not, it's not side to side. I do feel like I need a little bit more white. I'm going to clean that brush and dry it again. A little more white right here where the yellow and the blue meet. And clean that brush whenever it's getting too green. Come back. Okay, so I've just about got my sky. Now I'm going to go down here to the water. So here we go. I'm going to get the white and a little bit of the aqua. And now this time I'm just going to be going side to side, short little strokes, side to side. If you want to sometimes do some of that dark in there too, you can. So the great thing about what is on our plate right now with these primary colors is that we can make any color we want from these primary colors. So all I'm doing is not long strokes, but really short strokes. Okay, I'm going to clean that brush. Now I'm going to go into a light yellow. So how am I going to make a light yellow? I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow and white together. And again, side to side. I'm not going to touch too much of that blue right now. I will in a little bit. But right now, if I do it, it's going to it's going to turn too green. So I don't want to touch too much of that. A little more white. Now I'm going to come down here and touch it, but I'm going to wipe my brush off quite often because I don't want to get too much of this. I do want it to fade in there, but I don't want it to be too much. Okay, so I hope you are kind of getting the gist now. I'm going to come up to the horizon line and I'm going to slowly work my way back into getting some more orange so that you'll see that the oranges will end up kind of touching each other at the horizon line. They should be a slight different shade, not the exact shade. See that? So I made some more orange. And what do you think? You think that's less red or more red? If it's a lighter orange, did I use more red to make that or less red? I used less red, not as much as I did the first time to make this orange up here. So short little strokes, back and forth, back and forth. Now, this back and forth motion will seem like it's taken forever. And I know you're probably like, I'm watching this forever. But it just creates the cool impressionistic look. And honestly, it's just a little more interesting sometimes than the perfect straight lines. All right, okay, so that is going to be our background. We are not done yet, so just hang tight. We're going to let this dry just a bit, and then we will add in our next step. Let's see, can you already guess what picture it's going to be? I don't know. I am going to go up in here, just kind of smoothing just a few things out, just with my brush.